Howdy folks, it's Angel here from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. 365 days of Angelito. I'm here with my very best friend in the whole wide world, Lily. Say hello to the camera, Lily. Alright, now that our introductions are through. 365 days of Angelito, and it is day, I kind of slept through the last couple days. As you can see right now, I just woke up too. Good Jesus Christ almighty God. Let me hold on a second. I just gotta pop up this thing here and day 45 through 48. Okay, cool. So it was Benjamin's birthday yesterday. Benjamin's my little 9-year-old nephew, and he's my little Padawan. So we wish him happy birthday. Before we get started here on today's readings, I call this Mercury reading. Mercury reading, because Lunes, Martes, Mercules. Wednesday is Mercury Day. It's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is speed. He's the messenger, communication, calm, anything that starts with calm or even con or things of that nature. You know, Mercury's that it's that being in the sky that causes us to think, act, and act swiftly, and communicate with one another, and communicate with your higher self, and communicate with all things that are beautiful and amazing. Before we get into the Mercury reading, which I don't even know what book we're going to be pulling from today, I'll show you my last little sketches. I was studying this documentary on how our ancient cave dwellers are not as primitive as we think, because they used to do the cave paintings, and they were smart, because our forefathers, our ancient brothers from another mother, from the past, they knew shit was going to go down, right? They knew like the deluge and the flood, and it's a story that happens over and over again, and you know, over thousands of years there's always a flood of sorts. Now if it's God in the sky, bearded guy, God in the sky, that's kind of like, I fucking hate you humans, I'm gonna, like, you know, rain down on you for 40 days and 40 nights and all this kind of garbage. It doesn't matter if it's a God above, this, that, the other thing, or if it's just the celestial bodies, or if it's just Mother Earth upheaving the garbage that's on the earth and causing a deluge. But anyways, the humans of that time, which are actually us in the past, we knew that stuff is happening, or is going to happen, or will happen, like catastrophic occurrences. So what we do is like we do with the internet and Facebook and digital media these days, everybody like vents and puts out all their knowledge and you know, all our ideas. We stream it on our news feeds and our Twitters and blogs and videos and everything. Our ancient brothers and sisters didn't have the internet back then, not in the form that we have it, but they did have ink and pigments and caves and rocks to draw on, and cuneiform texts and things like that, and emerald tablets, and they had like crystals to energize, because that's all computers are, guys. It's silicon, crystal, and gold, and we infuse information onto it. Now, the easiest thing to infuse information, because if technology is not quite there, is pigment, paint, ink, lead, whatever, on rock. Now, where am I going with all this? Well, they knew, the cave dwellers knew. So my new drawings here, and I think that's why I do my drawings, because ever since I was a little kid, I used to draw, and I guess subconsciously send myself messages to the future self of my, allow myself to introduce my future self. No, I would draw like things. I would look in my old flip books and my old notebooks, and then when I look at them now, they made sense. I always used to draw about computing devices and mechanical devices and machines and airplanes and crafts, shit flying through the air, you know what I mean? Superhuman strength, things like that. So I look back at it right now and I'm like, wow, you know what? I always knew I was going to be a technologically sound warrior, speaking the word of spirit. Anyways, so the cave dwellers, they go into the caves and then they draw shit. So for us to go and figure it out like thousands and millions of years later, and they always draw things of the earth and things of the heavens. So this is what this little piece is all about. It started out essentially, I don't know, it just started out with just simple, well, that's my signature, but like, it doesn't look like much right there, but then it extends to this. And I took a page out of the cave dwellers and I drew that. And this is what they used to do, guys. It may not be as pronounced as what that is, but that's a bull. And it essentially is depicting Taurus, the constellation up in the sky. And if you look at the old paintings, they would draw things of nature like that, like see the stars or see the dots and the lighted patterns in there. That's the Pleiades, and or like Orion and all that. So that's what this is all about. Look at our hieroglyphs and look at the chiseled drawings up in the caves, and they tell us stories about the stars. So that's what that is all about. And then on this side, I drew, I don't know, I was just messing around with stuff like that. And then on this side, I drew this. This is a channel drawing. I did remote viewing, or I astral traveled, and then I went and saw this. So I'm working a lot with, I'm studying a lot about astral traveling and remote viewing, and I'm actually honing in on what Mariana and Marina and all my beautiful, spiritual, amazing, enlightened friends, they were saying, like, your drawings are something. They're beings, and I know what they are. I'm just like actually now vocalizing. So this is, just briefly, I put the frequencies there, and yeah, we are test tube babies, and we are a different entity than what we think on this earth. So, but notice how this is grown out of the earth, and he's holding a heart. So this whole thing goes together kind of like that. Okay, so there's that one, and then the other, just yesterday I did this. It started out this way. Again, this is another channel drawing. And no, it's not, well, whatever. Just feel what you think it is. And it's not necessarily, it's not complete just yet. I gotta color those lines right down there. But so those are the latest drawings. I think we gotta pull from the book of Bruce. The book of Bruce. We'll do a quick Dakini one because Dakini's rule. Dakini again. Cosmic shit. Hey Lily, cosmic shit. Oh Lily, come on, this is the shuffling. You want to pull it? Lily will pull the card today. Lily. Fire, earth, air, water. Once is good enough for today. Ground that shiznit. Okay, Lily, pull. Pick. Pick. That one? Lily. That one. Ooh. Not bad for Merculus. Merculus. Boom. Lily picks this one. We had this one before. This is actually the good one. It's 64. It's the last one. The last laugh. The future. All right, folks. This one's like the completion. 64. If you 6, 4, 10. 10 reduces down to 1. So it's like it comes back full circle. 64. I know this is the last one. This is last laugh. The potent power of the future, the exalted cycle of transformation, freedom from karma through humor, advantage gained. That's cool. I like the axes there. There's Cosmos and then like just a smiling teeth. 64. Let's just read through it quickly here. Real quick. The last laugh, the future, bears 64, signifying the exalted cycle of transformation of the psyche. The number of the secret Dakinis. Holy Lily, it's the secret. According to the cycle of the activity of the Tantric Dakini Oracle, this carding indicates the potent power of the future. We are the future, folks. We are the ones we've been waiting for. The chopping block and axe of an executioner are depicted at the final outpost of the brink of eternity, symbolized by the night sky behind. The gigantic disembodied laughing mouth rises above the implement of execution, symbolizing the spirit liberated by its own humor. The card represents the great cosmic joke of recurring birth and death, the cycles of existence, pointing out that the spirit outlives the body and so automatically freed from the snares of fate and destiny once it takes a transcendent position. This is the best. The mouth laughing in ecstasy is the symbol of Mahamaya, the great illusion. Maya, that does, it's like the division. The great illusion, laughing at the play of existence and all the things which we take so seriously. As the 64th card of the deck, it is related to the Joker around the Tantric Dakini Oracle, dancing as expressions of the psyche of the question. So the Joker is a really cool card too in regular tarot. It's not about a joke. It's not about childish. It's about childlike. It's being an empty cup and accepting the amazingness of the wonderment of the world. Playful nature. This card represents the future through the glyph of the laughing higher self, which suggests that destiny is really in the hands of the self. Okay, which is cool because I astral traveled yesterday too, and I saw my higher self and everything, and we were having a good old time. Life is grand. Divinatory meaning. Take a position of ascendancy in the present situation, and all obstacles will be overcome. See the humor in all situations rather than taking life too seriously. Even morbidity is only a state of mind. Learn to laugh at yourself and at the situations you find yourself in, and in doing so, cut through all limitations normally attributed to karma. Free yourself from attachment. When located at the base center in the Tree of Life chart, it represents the need to detach from worldly ambition and to understand the past and future as one, thereby taking control over one's own destiny. At the navel, the card tells of ruthless self-work. Come on, lady. It's ruthless self-work. All right, that's being a warrior. That's why we say walk the warrior's path. But with humor, so bringing about a psychological breakthrough. In the heart, it tells the desire of emotional liberation through humor, and in the head, it tells of an advantage gain. This feels like just in the heart today. Just liberation and laughing at shit. This shit's really funny. Humor. As nuts as I am, I grew up watching Three's Company. And I don't know about you, and like I watched the real ones that were on at like 8 o'clock on Thursday or whatever. But I also watched the syndicate ones that were on after school. So I'd rush home after school, and I think around 4 o'clock, 4:30, Three's Company would be on. And the best is when they do the back-to-backs, like the 4 o'clock, 4:30. And it was the best part of my day, honestly, because, well, other than like watching Transformers and G-Force. But Three's Company was the best because Jack Tripper, John Ritter, God rest his soul, Jack Tripper was the friggin' man, but he lived with 2 chicks. Like, how awesome is that? But they were like just the best. So they were the best of friends. They enjoyed each other's company. They worked through life and situations, and the misunderstandings were the funniest things in the whole world. And Jack Tripper with his or John Ritter, Tripper with his what's it called? It's like the Robin Williams style. It's like the comedy when the not situation comedy, but the comedy when you the physical comedy. When he would do that kind of stuff, like trip over that, or like stub his toe, or like, remember the one when he was in the hammock and he tried to, like, he was like so tired, dead tired, then he went to like they went to the cottage because he thought like they'd be like away from the busyness of life and everything. But then like Mr. Furley showed up, and then the girls showed up, and like all like everybody, Greedy Gretchen I think showed up, and like Larry of course was there. So like he tried to get some sleep, but like everybody showed up, and it was like this huge party. But he was in like that swing. He was in like the hammock. But just that physical comedy that he would do, like he's trying to like fall asleep, and then he would slip out of the hammock and stuff. But I tell you guys, like the Three's Company, going to this reading of today, the last laugh, I would, no matter how weird or like whatever happened in the school day or whatever, you could always count on like going back home after school and watching a couple of episodes of Three's Company, and it would brighten up the day, and it would make the evening just a joy to to a joy to do. And so what I'm saying here, along with this card, is don't forget to laugh, guys, because everything's funny. Okay, we're gonna. I feel like I got a pull from the Book of Bruce, the Striking Thoughts. All right, because it's Wednesday and I missed like a bunch of days there, so 45, 46. Jesus, we skipped 4 days, Lily. Okay, Book of Bruce goes like this today, and it's about education. Education versus creativity. What is the point of education if you find if yourself are not intelligent, if you are not creative? Let's read that again. Bruce, what is the point of education if you in yourself are not intelligent, if you're not creative? The nature of education. Education consists in cultivation of intelligence, not cunning, passing exams, etc. Bruce, you're so smart. The value of self-education. Self-education makes great men. Of course he does, Bruce. Okay, the aim of education. Education to discover, but not merely to imitate. Learning techniques without inward experiencing can only lead to superficiality. That's a good one. We'll come back to that in a second. Education need not be formal. But then, how important is school? I barely made passing grades while attending the University of Washington. That's kind of like me, University of Western Ontario. Frig, I failed everything. But I learned so much. Okay, absorption versus accumulation in education. It is not how much you have learned, but how much you have absorbed in what you've learned. The best techniques are the simple ones executed right. It's all about execution. That's why there's the executioner axe up in there too. Well, I like this. To discover, but not to imitate. Learning techniques without inward experiencing can only lead to superficiality. All right, folks, Brucey says it best right there. The best teacher is life itself and experiencing. Okay? To experience is to gain wisdom, folks. Actually, that's not even the whole thing right there. Experience and learning from that experience. The last piece of the puzzle is teaching what you've learned to another person or another Lily. Like Lily? True wisdom comes from the innate passion of discovery and especially self-discovery. If you have like that the childlike wonderment for life and discovering things, figuring out things of yourself and of the things around you, up there, down there, around there, in here. If you have that true playful energy to figure things out, and then you figure things out to your own truth, and then you figure stuff out, then you go out and practice it. Every day is a daily practice, folks. You'll practice that And you can create a theory at first or whatever, but if you go and practice, you will find out that your theories were always true. Now the best thing is when you go in through that experience, no matter how high or how low, how much it hurt, how much it felt good, doesn't matter. Whatever you learn from that, if you can just teach that to others, if you could, now you don't have to teach your way, or you don't have to teach this is what it meant true to me. You just have to teach, hey, check this shit out. Look at that. What does that mean to you? How does it feel to you? And then if that other folk, that other person, that other Lily, if they gain knowledge and inspiration from you just pointing the way, and they create their own reality, their own truths, and their own understanding out of that, that's where wisdom is transmuted. It's created. Wisdom's not knowledge, folks. Wisdom is teaching, experiencing, and uncovering that which we already know. Sit with that, meditate with that. That's Mercury for today. Okay, the reading of today, hump day, whatever you want to call it, it's hump day. It's Wednesday. Most 9-to-5ers like love Wednesday because, oh, if I can get over Wednesday, then I can coast to the rest of the week. But I like Wednesdays. Like I said, it's Mercury. It's of mind. It's of communication. It's of like action. Mercury is swift. It likes moving fast. So if you move fast with it, it will carry you along. And that's what, to me, that's what Wednesday and hump day is all about. So hopefully, what's today? What did we learn today, folks? Lily, laugh, complete, exalt yourself through humor. Drawings are fun. And oh yeah, our ancient fathers were smart. Pay attention to the cave drawings. And then education through experience. It's a lot to handle on a day, but heck, I guess that's what happens when when you skip a bunch of these Angelito days. Give me a second. Can't have a day of Angelito without some music. So Lily, what one do you want to play? What are we gonna play tonight? Where the fuck is my book? This is our music book. It's ongoing and it's kicking ass. Amazing Grace, that's a good one. Want to do Hallelujah because it scares the hell out of us? It doesn't scare us anymore, guys. After Hours, don't feel like playing that one just yet. Maybe, that's a short one. Maybe we'll charge it up with a fun one. Speaking of like school and all that. Lily, let's play this one. It's a good one. 3, oh yeah, it's a magic number. Oh yeah, it is. It's a magic number. Someone in that ancient mystic trinity. You get 3. Magic number. Yeah, I'm out of tune. I don't give a shit. Damn, that's good. present, future, faith and hope and charity, heart, the brain, the body, give 3. It's a magic number. It takes 3 legs to make a tripod to make a stand. It takes 3 wrists to make a big color. Every triangle has 3 corners. Every triangle has 3 sides. No more or less. You don't have to guess. Yet you see that it's 3. It's a magic number. Oh, Lily. A man and a woman had a little baby. There were 3 in the family. It's a magic number. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 21, 24, 27, 30. Now comes the fun part. Now multiply that backwards from 3 times 10. 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1 is what? It's 3. 12, 15, 18. Three times 10 is 30. 3 times 9 is 27. 2 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1 is what? 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Man and a woman had a little baby. There were 3 in the family. This magic number. Alright folks, that's it. Peace, namaste, love y'all, and take care of one another, and yeah, love yourself. Hit it.